Welcome back, guys. Bringing you along for another show weekend. This one's gonna be a big one. We've got your final show of the season, and Charlotte's also doing this one as well, so is Creed. So we've got the Two Bros Natural Pro Qualifier. What's your I'm not gonna say pre-stage thoughts, more so like for this show, because it's the last one of the season. How you feeling? What's the kind of energy going into the show?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good for this show. Like, crazy how quickly this prep's actually gone. Like, it doesn't feel that long ago that we were stood here filming that video before we even started the prep, where we were talking about like show dates and stuff. And for all the shows, we haven't really done like a proper peak. I was saying to Mango, like, this is something I'm really excited for. Just see how my physique looked out having really heavy training volume like the day before, and having all my food and water and salt manipulated going into the show to bring the best physique so far. And I was having a little think last night about just how last season my feedback was bring more size, bring a bit more condition, and we've done that. So I'm excited to get to show that off this weekend, and potentially be that same judge that's for the last show of that last season, then get to see all of those improvements. So yeah, just feeling really good, really excited to bring the best vision for me to see how that looked. Yeah, it's such a big off season.
And this show for us was, we'd set this as the timeline to be the one to be 100% for, wasn't it? And like, I feel like we've been quite well across the season and not really compromising on that goal, in saying that like, should we push a little bit harder for this show, or should we push a little bit harder for that show? Which again, it's conversations that we've had. It's not been an easy decision to say, let's hold back a little bit, and because we've got to keep this one in mind. So I think we've done a really good job at keeping to the plan, essentially, with what the goal is. Obviously, M-Pro was an unplanned show, but again, it didn't change the trajectory of what we was doing for the build up of this show. So where are we body weight wise today? Is it 114? What, 114, which is it's the lightest we've been, isn't it?
Yesterday it was slightly lighter,
but in terms of overall body weight for each show, it's been the lowest we've been, right?
The lowest we've been, yeah.
Lowest we've been yet, and by far the leanest we've been. So we know scales have played a little bit of a funny one this prep. They've for sure been weird. So again, we're not really taking body weight for it, but we know based on the fact that it is the lightest and how you're looking, it's by far the leanest we've been. So we're going to be bringing an awesome package to the stage on Saturday. It's going to be really good to, as you say, fully almost actually run for a back. So there's not ever really been a period across. I mean, even remember before the Two Bros was out doing in the morning, like, you've still kept everything the same. It's been the first time we've actually been able to pull back the output, to remove the weighted vest, and actually have a little bit more food in shows. It's going to be an awesome look, guys. Any reminders for yourself or anything for season you want to look back on?
To make the most of show day, probably one of the most, take it all in. Probably won't be back on stage again for another year and a half. So yeah, embrace it all. Fun.
So we've got our final lower body session of prep. So we're going to run through that together. Creed's also got final upper body session as well. So we're going to be capped as well. See you in a bit. First working? Yeah. Good. What would you say for anyone watching has been like the mental switch pushing for the condition for this final bit of this show? Because it's different levels, isn't it? Pushing for, like, let's say first PCA condition to pushing for this like pro qualifier condition. What's the mindset switch to push for that next level?
Just focusing on the goal the entire time has been like the biggest thing. For me, I think getting into a deeper level of condition, you obviously do feel a lot hungrier and you feel a lot more exhausted, and it's just knowing that it's for a good reason. And I think if I was hungry and I was to eat off plan, regardless of what I ate, I was still going to be hungry at the level of condition that we were at. So it was kind of like feel hungry and get condition, or get hungry and be less conditioned because you've eaten off plan anyway. So yeah, I'd definitely say that has played like a big role.
Two more?
How many?
Two more, last one. One of the biggest things I think to note, guys, when you're prepping for your competitions is not judging your condition by one body part. Like you'll see on the video today, like Paige's upper body condition is exactly the same as it was in Spain, but the biggest difference between the two shows is the condition through the lower. So it's not a case of looking at one body part and being like, right, I'm ready to go. It's looking at improvements across your whole physique, across the space of that prep, not just one or two body parts. For reference as well, this has been the only week we've trained like this. We've kept your training progressive through the full prep, haven't we? And I think, go on.
Pump session in Spain.
Yeah, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. The one pump session in Spain, but lower body-wise, it's been progressions up until the show, and this is so important if you've got a long season, is not succumb into that mindset of like, because I've got a show, I'm just going to push a little bit less. It's about pushing the whole way through, and then only really doing a pump session once you've secured that award-winning condition that you're going for, or that specific show that you're looking to come 100% for. One more. You think you could train like that year round?
Huh?
You think you could train
No,
like that?
I get bored. In my head, it's like hard to stay in the set because I'm like going slow.
Two more. Good, nice. I asked you about the mental side of pushing for this last bit of condition. What would you say the physical trade-off is when you're pushing this hard for that next level of condition? What would you say is hard that you lose the other side? Like, what are you sacrificing?
So I've definitely noticed that in order to get to this point over the last few weeks, I've definitely been a lot more selfish with my time, in the sense of like prioritising everything that has to be done for prep, so like training wise, steps and bits, and then just the energy I've got to give towards other people. I just haven't really been able to give. Like, it'll be a case of I've been a little bit of like a couch potato when I haven't been doing the things that I've needed to. So yeah, definitely one of the things that I'm going to be making up for once prep is finished is just for how I have been a lot more kind of distant over the last few weeks, but just making sure that when you are going through that the people around you understand that it is temporary and it doesn't last forever, and hopefully that they can support it as well. But yeah, it is something to keep in mind when it does get to this point. Just the energy you've got to do for the things you need to do is hard. So
Bearing in mind, it's only been the last, what, three weeks you've been like that?
Yeah.
Like, you've been relatively okay through the full prep, so I think it's worth mentioning that that only has to be for a set period of time when you're really,
it doesn't have to
when you're really
be
pushing.
whole way through at all. And like, there's so much you can do when you're on prep, like from a social standpoint. So you definitely don't have to like isolate yourself from the start. But yeah, definitely just the last couple of weeks. It's just trying to manage that as best as you can. Like, for me, the weekends have very much been kind of my time where I haven't been at my 9 to 5 job, just trying to like make the most of almost like recovery and setting myself back up for a week of then kind of pushing again.
Go. One more. Yeah.
I've been so excited for a peak week and having pump sessions. And then like having them this week, I'm like, I can't wait to get back to normal training again.
Yeah, so for reference, we put in, I'm sure it was 130, wasn't it?
Yeah,
130 carb yesterday, which again isn't a lot, but we made sure that body weight and feedback markers were kind of just like baseline stable before we did that carb. Otherwise it was a case like we'd push down to a new body weight low, we'd have then done the 130 carb, which would have just brought us back up to maintenance anyway. So we made sure that from a fat standpoint, like your fats have been like over 100 grams in some days, so we brought fats up quite high. As your physique always looks better on fats, then literally just topped up with 1 day of carbs. And I'm pretty confident that's all we're going to need for this show, is literally just that amount. Is your body takes extremely well to the carbs, so we don't need to necessarily like load. It's more so just providing that carbohydrate to remove some of the heavy leg feelings that you was getting, etc. Just to make sure we come in the best we can for your physique specifically. So only 130 carb. Obviously you'll see across the weekend if we do any more, but that is kind of the plan we've got right now. And back to your baseline training day food today, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I think is working really well. And like we were kind of saying, like I've worked so hard to get to this level of condition that what's the point of unnecessarily loading a load of carbs, which could then mask that. If my physique looks good without it. I think a lot of people think when it comes to peak week, like, just eat a load of like rice cakes, jams, squares bars,
and it instantly changes your physique.
Yeah, and actually there's not a huge amount that needs to be changed in peak week. It's more the fatigue side of things.
And that's what I said to you on that message, wasn't it? It's like just reading between the lines with the feedback. I said there's 2 reasons that we're doing the carb. 1, to bring the calories up, and 2nd, just to remove what she was feeding back to me in terms of like more tiredness, like heavy legs, which again is a sign of inflammation. So that's more so the reason that we've done the carbs, to just reduce the cortisol levels and remove that specific feedback, than actually to bring any physique changes in itself. Obviously it will as a byproduct, but we didn't do the carbs for a visual reason. That will come as a byproduct of the feedback that we've obviously tried to correct. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely the most dug out your quads have been.
Yeah. And they've been like the last to come in this season.
Yeah.
It's funny how like your body's so different from season to season. Like this time round, my glute tie-in came so early on.
Yeah, like from 12 weeks out, wasn't it?
Yeah, whereas like last time it didn't come in until like the last like 2-3 weeks of prep, whereas this time, it was in at like 12 weeks out, where my quads just were taking ages to come in. So it's funny how it's different. Yeah.
Go from the side, do like a side leg pose. Yeah, awesome. Let's get it. Yeah.
One thing I'm really proud of actually over that off season is building some delts.
Yeah, definitely mum shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had none last time.
Yeah, that's you. go back to how you had it. There. Good. Quarter 10 again. Yeah. Yeah, quarter 10. Yeah, awesome. So Mango's been with us since the first ever show day, which was when, 2023, 23rd of September? 25th. 25th September. What do you think of the improvements, and yeah, what are you feeling about this weekend? Because you've been a part of this journey just as much as we have.
It's just been cool to see the progression, sort of, not just from like a physique, but also like mentality. Like even like from the first videos we filmed with Paige, where you couldn't even get a word out of you on the camera. Whereas now, like you're like, get the camera to me, I want to talk. Like it's
cool.
That kind of, and then the physique is just, it speaks for itself.
Nice. So you excited for the weekend?
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing it up on the big stage with an actual peak this time.
And capture the full pro qualifying weekend. Any last comments?
Let's do this.
Today looks so bright, like you put on more light in here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quarter turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1. 1. Yeah. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Only one tip. You know when you're setting up for the abs and thigh and you transition back to the front. So you're in your relax spread, you transition back to the front. Don't let this go. Because you get the leg,
Yeah.
and then you sit this in. Just keep the abs tight when you transition back round. So you was in your relax spread, like that.
And I turn around normal.
You turn round, legs were fine, but all this, like this was relaxed. So as you turn round,
So you need it like this, huh? Like this. As soon as I here, come around back like this.
yeah, miles better, because this looked tight. Before this was out, way better.
Yeah?
Yeah, miles better. Just in case they're judging in between the transitions, you're tight,
Because,
everything tight.
It's true too, because when they're looking, I see when I was looking at the videos with the top athletes, the professional, they're looking for this bow jump.
Yeah, the breathing. Yeah.
They're looking for that for real,
Yeah.
so maybe...
Same when you do the lat spreads. You're in the front double, cross back, then up. See, there's no exposure there. Keeps tight. There, cross back down, hide the waist, and then into the front lat. This man is going to be filling out on bread. We've got like 3 meals of bread to do. And what will be good to cover is we actually decided just on the way down that we're going to leave the classic, just because it'll be too much. It will come at too much detriment to the look trying to meet the cap. Like if we're trying to push the weight down. For reference, like we're just on the cap now. So that would mean not eating all day, not hydrating all day, which again, in the case of being that close to the show, she's not going to bring the best look. So we're leaving the classic, going straight in for the bodybuilding, loading today. We'll assess tomorrow, maybe back off. But yeah, you've had 1 carb meal today, right?
Yeah.
Your rice pudding.
Rice pudding.
So yeah, back onto bread today, which we know works well for your body. So yeah, time to fill back out, and you'll see a mega full check-in later on tomorrow.
My mindset, all I can think of is just winning, bro. Just winning, clear path of victory. And I'm always just thinking on getting myself on a clear path of not second place, third place. Yeah, we do get that, but the mindset is of just win, first place, all the time.
Good, I like it.
It's only one thing it takes to get in this kind of shape, is like discipline, all right? discipline, dedication. It's all about what you want, all right? It's what you want. You cannot come in something that you don't want and feel like you're gonna get body that you see someone have, and then you're gonna say you're gonna achieve it, because you will not. Because it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, time, and money, and stuff like that. So it's all about dedication, time, and a lot more stuff in it.
That is a wrap, guys. 2 pump sessions done. We're going to be travelling to Maidenhead this afternoon. Catch you all on the video tomorrow. What are you doing the other day?
Let's go, man. I gotta get to Olympia, man. I have to get to Olympia.
It's a long time.